Hey everyone, this is Austin, and welcome to the review of this amazing episode. And I've been waiting for this since the beginning, and does it just feel so good? Because this episode had so much, but let's get through this episode, and I'm going to go through the review and give you my personal opinion. So, we see Naofumi is, seeing this flag, and it's actually the flag of the, new Four Hero Church that we find out is formed at the end, and everyone is waiting for Naofumi to wake up as he was out for 3 days, and he was at the clinic that the royal they usually take care of the royal family, and the queen went out of her way to save Naofumi. And we see Naofumi has a whole month to fully recover because of the curse, and the curse, as I said before, takes away 2/3 of the status of the user, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't get that. Hey, if he has less than 2/3, does he die? Yes, that was implied. So I just want to make sure you know that before some of you get all butthurt about it. But continue on, we see that the shadows show up, and Naofumi figures them out really, really fast. And I like this because this is from the light novel. The shadows have a certain way of talking, and Naofumi instantly knows when he's being watched. And the queen shows up to check up on Naofumi, and Naofumi tells the queen that he's been put on false charges, and the queen was very busy. We kind of get a background of why everything happened, and she wasn't able to really do anything because she was out on a council meeting, meetings with the other nations to figure out how to fight the waves. And each nation was supposed to get a hero, but the king went behind her back and, did it without her agreeing. And it actually angered the other countries, which she had to go and fix because the king couldn't do anything right, to say the least. And we see that the whole lord that was supposed to take care of everything was killed in the first wave, and quite, perfectly, to say the least. And Melty was basically talking different in front of the queen because, it's the queen. It kind of shows that she's kind of proper. But going on, we see that king that hated the shield hero, and I'm going to give you this explanation because this is obviously spoilers. It's because of, a demi-human killing his family and everyone close to him, and then his sister, what she thought, she was killed and took in, or later on you'll find out. That's all I'm going to give you, but we see that the three-hero church took advantage of the king for that opportunity, and Naofumi was supposed to be summoned somewhere else, which is Sylvit, and he is worshipped by the demi-humans. And a little tidbit, this is from the manga, if the demi-humans ever figured out or found out what happened to Naofumi, there would be another war on their hands. And the queen promises to clear Naofumi's name and give him, 500 gold. I would have taken the 500 gold, I'm not going to lie. And which is kind of ironic because Naofumi is the salesman, to say the least. But the kingdom actually needs Naofumi to survive, and the queen saw that. And Naofumi does not want to stay in the country at first, and the queen wants Naofumi to come to the castle tomorrow to clear his name, and the queen knows that she has to punish her husband and daughter, and she doesn't really want to because she's a mother first, and it hurts her to do that kind of stuff. And Raphtalia is happy about Naofumi being, cleared and going to be, innocent person, and Naofumi has a dream of, Malty and Trash being executed, and he wakes up from the dream, and we see Raphtalia kind of, she's been watching him because she knows that he's been through a whole lot, and this shows her affection towards Naofumi, and it's going to start increasing little by little throughout the series. Naofumi is now having second thoughts about them being killed, and we saw Risha. I don't know, you remember the guy that was getting angry about the whole not being able to go in? The girl that was thrown around was Risha. She is going to be a major character. Pay attention to her. I cannot stress that enough. She is annoying, but she's important nonetheless. I won't tell you what she is per se yet. That's to come. But anyways, we see that Itsuki and Ren were concerned about Naofumi, but Spear Hero could care less. He was worried about Malty. And it's funny because everyone that has been accusing me of saying her name wrong, mine is her adventurer name. That isn't her real name. I have been stressing this, that it's Malty, and I kind of feel like Naofumi right here now. You guys are accusing me of being wrong, but little do you know, guys, you fell for the same thing, that it was on purpose that she did that so people wouldn't figure it out. But nonetheless, we see that the four heroes are at the court, and Malty and Trash are labeled as criminals. And it's a trial. The two try to weasel themselves out, but the queen holds no mercy. This shows how brutal she is, and the queen tells everyone that Naofumi has basically doesn't have that ability to brainwash people, and it's a made-up thing. Everyone should have realized that right away. And the Queen is put a slave crest on Malty for basically a fair trial to tell the truth. And the spear hero is trying to defend Malty, and the Queen calls Malty a liar. That's why she has to do it. And we got to see the Queen's HUD. I thought that was a nice little touch to see, what happens when you get a slave, and that it pops up like that. That was a cool little thing that they had in the light novel. The church people are now in trouble too because they were following blindly, and we see the seal doesn't allow Malty to lie, as it says she cannot lie, she has to tell the truth, and everyone ends up finding out that Malty was trying to kill Melty, her own sister, and everyone finds out Malty was lying about Naofumi, what happened to her, and Malty just keeps trying to lie, and it doesn't work, and it just keeps shocking her, the caller, and the king did it to protect his family, that's what he said, and as I said before, it's because of his family was previously killed by a demi-human, and that's kind of why he indirectly put it onto the shield hero. It didn't matter if Naofumi wasn't the shield hero. Whoever was the shield hero would have been, prosecuted by the king. And we see that Malty and Trash are stripped of their royalty, and the queen sentences them to death. And this is where it gets really interesting. I'm like, are they going to go for another season? Naofumi is questioning if this is the right thing to do, and Malty, tries to bargain with, Naofumi to help, and we see the queen doesn't want to do it. She really doesn't want to, and Naofumi stops it and tells everyone that death is too light for them, that Malty has thick skin, I don't think the guillotine will go through, and he tries to be the person to save everyone. Naofumi is a true hero. He is toned down from what he is in a light novel. He is a big jerk, but that's what makes him him. But he's still pretty funny, nonetheless, and we see that he did it to save the queen. He knew something was up, and we have the names, and I cannot say two of the names because YouTube's not so friendly, so I'm going to just do a different version of them. The king is named Trash, and Malty is named Female Dog, while her adventurer name is the girl that sleeps around too much. I'm sorry I have to say it that way, YouTube isn't very kind to me, but Malty goes by, mine, as I keep saying. And people just kept saying I'm wrong. No, boys, I read the light novel. Don't tell me I'm wrong, okay? And we see that this freaking soundtrack, the background music, is 10 out of 10, and it just really elevated the entire situation and just made it 10 times better. And Naofumi will work with the queen, we find out, but he's going to do it to save the world. He realizes that his purpose is to do that. And Melty promised to make the country better for demi-humans, and Melty, not Malty. I have to stress that. I'm going to be calling Malty from now on, continuing on if this series gets another season. I'm pretty sure it's going to Female Dog. So there you go. That's your indicator. But she promises Raphael to make the country better for demi-humans, and the queen was going to offer her life to basically save Malty and the king, and it shows that she is a mother first, that she cares. She didn't really want to do it, and we saw it with her hand shaking, and I thought that was a little nice touch. And we see as Naofumi is walking through, everyone is honoring him, and Melty sees that, Naofumi saw through the queen's plan and saved her, and, she thanked him. And we see Karamara, however you say, the island, and that's the next arc, and I do think we're going to end in the beginning of it, and I cannot wait. We had two things that showed us the next arc, which was Risha, and that flash forward to, the dragon hourglass that's underwater. And you're going to see Naofumi in a penguin outfit. I can't wait for that, and Drunk Raftalia. I can't wait for all that stuff. And guys, this episode was so amazing, and I enjoyed it. I know some people may not be happy with it, but hey, if you're not happy with this episode, you're never going to be happy. I'm going to be honest. You got to take some of your, choose your battles, because you can't always put everything from a book into a, TV series or a movie. It gets boring. So I just want to stress that right there. But overall, episode was really good. I am happy that Naofumi now has his justice, and I know everyone's probably jumping up in happiness and yeah, go Naofumi kind of thing. I am too. It took me a while to make this video because I was jumping up and down and I was crying. No, I wasn't. I'm kidding. My heart was bleeding through my eyes, to say the least. But anyways, continue on. Great episode, as I said. It was a nice touch that it didn't go down the manga route of, kind of it was obvious. This one, you were like, whoa, is this going to happen? Are they really going to die here? And I liked that. That put me on the edge of my seat, and whew, that was amazing. But anyways, guys, I am actually currently going to release the Queen's video, what her purpose is, tomorrow, so stick around for that one, and obviously for the next preview will be on Friday. I will do a video on that one. I will see you guys then, but anyways, thank you for watching this video. Share this video. If you're new here, subscribe, and I will catch you later. This has been Austin, and I'm signing out. Peace.